Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. I'm Josh Horowitz. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. However you're doing it on YouTube or Spotify, I appreciate you. My guest today, Haley Lu Richardson, appreciates you. I know she does, right, Haley?
Yeah, so much. Every one of you. I do. That sounded like sarcasm, but
Yeah, I do.
Sure.
I'm about to get to know Haley Lu, and you guys are too, so don't miss it. Hit the likes and the subscribes and do all the things, and enjoy my chat with the one and only Haley Lu Richardson. All right, here we go, Haley Lu. Is it Haley or Haley Lu? What's the proper way to introduce you?
I mean, they're both my name. I guess it's whatever you want. Haley Lu sounds pretty cute. And it is my
if you do say so yourself, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Haley, like, I don't know. I always introduce myself as Haley because I feel like there's something kind of pretentious or something about having two names. So I've always wanted to introduce myself as Haley Lu, but it's really hard for me.
What about the whole? You could go the whole way, Haley Lu Richardson, or not, or bust.
Lu Richardson. I don't know. Whatever
Okay.
you want.
Okay, we'll see. I'll figure it out by the end of this how I want to refer to you.
Yeah, out different names throughout. You could throw in something completely.
Okay.
Yeah, completely different and see how it feels.
We can call you a number of things in addition to actress. You are a dancer. You are an Etsy mogul. You are a borderline stalker of the Jonas Brothers. So they're
far beyond borderline. It's reached the highest of heights of stalking. It's actually multiple people. I should be, yeah. I've realized with all the interviews and press and stuff for the White Lotus, like every interview, it seems that I'm talking about a new person that I stalk.
Well, we were gonna get to the Jonas Brothers later. I'll save that. But okay. Do you want to hint at what else? Who else are you borderline?
Well, there's also Aubrey. Plaza.
Oh, sure. Well, but that's not stalking. That's a collaborator. That's a friend. That's a.
No, but before we worked together and before she was my friend, which I think we're friends now. But I like legitimately stalked her. Like showed up places I was not invited to be close to her.
Yeah, it's an interesting technique. It's something that I feel like. You look someone of your lofty stature at this point, you don't need to do it that way. You can be like a big time movie and TV star and be like, have Team Richardson say, hey, I want to have coffee with Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, maybe, but it's not as fun.
You like the hint of danger. You want the glint of fear in their eye.
Honestly, and with Aubrey specifically, there was something deeply fulfilling of that danger.
Well, she emits danger. Everything about her is like I've had the pleasure of knowing Aubrey for many years, and I still don't know if she hates me or loves me or wants to murder me.
I think that if you feel a sense with her, like she wants to kill you, honestly, that's how you know that she loves you. I think that's for the year now that I've known Aubrey as a friend before my stalking her for the couple years prior. I think that she definitely does want to kill me, but she also like will FaceTime me out of nowhere. But then like when we're FaceTiming, like she acts like she's mad at me. But then I realized that she FaceTimed me. So it is very dangerous and it is very uncertain, but that's what
keeps the magic alive. I know. I'm so fucked up. I totally relate. I love those are my favorite relationships too.
That's like why I'm in therapy.
Yeah.
That is a telltale sign.
Yeah. Like I have like one of my spirit animals I often talk about on the podcast is Michael Shannon, who I'm obsessed with and is amazing. And I'm convinced either we will like live together in our golden years or he will put a pillow over my face and murder me one day. Like he will be the last image before I die. And I kind of love how close it is.
Yeah. Love it.
Anyway. What is life like right now? Are you working? Are you still White Lotusing? Does it the beat go on and on? What's happening?
Well, that question is so loaded.
Oh no.
Like life like right now? No, I'm not. Well, I mean, I guess I'm still doing interviews about the White Lotus, but they're more few and far between than,
Right.
when the show was coming out and everything. I did get a little bit burnt out from that. So I had a little break from that, and this is kind of my first interview in a month or so. So
yeah, you're fresh, you're recharged.
yeah. So I'm recharged, but I also might mean might be extra socially awkward in this interview. But perfect. But yeah, life is been watching a lot of TV. Been
Tell me, what are you watching?
Love on the Spectrum. I love online dating shows, and Love on the Spectrum is like a, meaningful one, because some of them aren't so meaningful, which I like that too. I like those meaningless ones as well. Sure. But I also just started Shrinking.
Oh,
and
great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, I've always loved him. Is his name Jason Segel or Jason Segel?
No, well, there's Steven Seagal, which we could have a longer conversation about. But so no, it is Segel. It is Segel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have always really liked him, so I miss watching and stuff.
So it's been a minute since the White Lotus magic happened. Did it? I mean, I don't know. You've been in things that have been watched and obsessed over before in different ways, but this, I guess, is a different level of scrutiny and excitement. Fair to say?
Yeah, both those words for sure. Scrutiny and excitement. Yes. And it is a different level. Like this show is like a phenomenon. Phenomenal.
We could just do that for what? Phenomenon?
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Is it phenomenon?
Well, there are phenomena, but something is a phenomenon. I think maybe that is it the plural of phenomenon? Maybe?
I did not go to college. I barely finished high school. So
well, I did. I don't know what my excuse is.
I am very unsure.
Okay.
But it is a whatever that word is. It really kind of was that, like socially, pop culture, like people just watch it, and that's so cool, but it's also terrifying.
Well, it's unusual too. In like, it's not. Look, we know from the first season that was a phenomenon too, but like, it's not the typical. It's not. Look, it's not Game of Thrones. It's not Lost. It's like it kind of like is a surprise. It's an odd thing in a wonderful way that people latched onto,
yes.
And to have it happen a second time around, like you don't want to be on the second iteration where they're like, oh, we fumbled the ball. Like they set it up for us and we screwed it up.
And there was a chance for that. Like,
of course,
I never thought that Mike was gonna fumble the ball because he's freaking smart. But I was like, am I gonna come in here and ruin it? Like, is just all these new people, is it just gonna be a disappointment?
Right.
And I think the consensus was that it wasn't, which is great. But the word that you used, the other word, scrutiny, I did feel that as well. I felt like, oh wow, like people, like these characters in this show are very like kind of made and set up to be judged.
Yes.
That's the point. But then also because some people got into the show so much, like the cross contamination of person, actor, and character, I felt like got so discombobulated. And I did, for the first couple episodes, when people started like really despising Portia, it was like, oh my God, people think I'm lame and insufferable.
Right.
But so that stung for a second, but then I just kind of surrendered to it and loved it in a way.
So are you talking mostly online, or does that happen in the wild too? Like, were people encountering you, like referencing you as Portia in the wild streets of Los Angeles?
That has been happening more so, like if and when I do get recognized. Like I was in New York for Fashion Week stuff, and I was just like walking out of brunch, and this like middle-aged man like grabbed me and was like, Portia. People say Portia, and I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. And I respond, I turn around and I'm like, yeah. So maybe I'm part of the problem.
No.
But yeah, it is different. I feel like people watch the show and see the actors on it in a different way. because of something. I don't know.
Are you protective of that character? Because as you said, she, like all of them, but maybe in particular, was judged a bit for fashion from things she did or didn't do. I mean, you let us all down. Jennifer Coolidge is dead now, thanks to you. Thank you.
To me. You're cross.
No, sorry, I'm confused. I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
But no, yeah, so I do feel a love and an empathy and I guess a level of protection for Portia, but I also knew going into it, and my conversations with Mike about her were also that she is not like the perfect, there is no really like perfect, right, grounded, level-headed character in the show. Like everyone is flawed and everyone is fucked up, and that's the point. So I think I also like really do see the insufferable qualities about her, or the qualities I'm like, God, if you could just get out of your own way, or see that like you have agency in this situation, you know, in your situation in your life. Like there's so many things about her that I both empathize with and care for her because I spent this time with her, you know, and do love her, but also want to just like grab her and shake her.
Sure.
Yeah.
Were you surprised, or did you expect the kind of obsession with the fashion choices that Portia made?
I did not expect that. But again, that was something that I was a little bit hurt by at the beginning. And then I was like, wait, no, this is amazing. People freaking see that this is a choice, that this is a like it's part of how people saw the character of Portia, the person of Portia, and that was the point. I had a lot of fun figuring out her style and her choices or lack of choices, or too many choices, or whatever.
What was your favorite contribution that you made, favorite idea that you made to the wardrobe?
I really did push for the crochet top at the beach, and that bucket hat I did make, which if there's anything I took personally, it was the hate on that bucket hat, because I made that with my own two freaking hands. But just like generally, I was really adamant with Alex, the costume designer. I was like really adamant about I always wanted there to be something that like threw it off. Like it couldn't be, if there was like a nice piece or like things that matched, like I wanted something that added to it that made it just be like, huh? Like, why would she do that?
You're so close. It almost goes all together, except for this one. Yeah.
It's either like missing something, or has like three pieces it didn't need, or like doesn't make any sense for the situation she's in. Or just doesn't look right on me. Like whatever it was, I just wanted there to be something that was off. And honestly, that made me feel like Portia, because Portia constantly has this like off look on her face. Like she's just like, like wrong, like something is wrong. And whenever I would get dressed as her, I would know when I looked at myself in the mirror, if I was making that face, I was like, oh yeah, this outfit's right. Well, it's Portia right, but not cute outfit right.
It occurs to me, this will probably be the first Halloween season where people are dressed as your character.
You know what? I thought about that too. And I've never played a character that it really makes sense. Like it hit in that way that people would dress up as them for Halloween. But like people are already dressing up as Portia. Yeah. So I get tagged in so many Instagram posts. Like it seems like whenever someone wears a sweater vest and a bucket hat, they're like, it's Portia. And I love it. So I'm hoping people do. Yeah, that'd be cool.
How much sweeter is this whole thing, the fact that you beat out your friend and sometime doppelganger Zoey Deutch for this role?
I didn't know that she had auditioned till later, but honestly, we make jokes sometimes that we could like both get a job and do like a twin, like when one of us is having an off day, like the other person.
Half the work. Yeah.
Honestly, I wish I knew that she was auditioning, and maybe we could have just said, let's both do it. And I wonder if anyone would have noticed.
Do you see it yourself, the resemblance, or are you kind of like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about?
Well, I do think she's a lot prettier than me. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's just my own deep insecurity, but I think she's just like, so there's something about her that's so like feminine and like dainty, and I just feel like the little like round cherub version. But yeah, I do see it in certain pictures. I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I'm very Zoey in this pic. So yeah, I see it. I do.
How many photos of her have you signed in your life?
Oh, yes. You know what? A lot. And now I used to be like, hey, that's not me. That's Zoey. But now I'm just like, you know what? And I signed my name on the picture. I wonder if that will be worth more on eBay or wherever they sell these pictures, or but yeah, there are several pictures of Zoey with my signature on them for sure.
I mean, I am tempted to get her on the phone right now on FaceTime just to prove that once and for all, they're two different people. It's the whole Jessica Chastain, Bryce Dallas Howard phenomenon.
Yeah, we have been in the same room, you know, with the same. We've met a few times, and there's a couple pictures of us, I think, just to prove to the internet that we are in fact.
It's 2023. We can do a lot with, you know, Photoshop nowadays. Okay, yeah. It's gonna take more than that.
True, very true, very true.
For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college was not exactly a high point in our academic careers. I know it wasn't for me. I tried Italian, I tried French, and none of it stuck. But now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I'm doing Italian because I love to travel and I love going to Italy, and I want to engage the culture in a little bit of a more profound and meaningful way. And yeah, I want to be able to order better in Italian restaurants, okay? Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new lesson and language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Plus, you can choose from over 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. There's so many ways to learn with Babbel. They've got lessons that you can access, podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free, guys. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code HSC. That's BABBEL.com, code HSC.
In terms of the production of White Lotus, as I understand it, you passed on the opportunity to stay at the hotel because of your love of a beautiful cat. Is that the idea?
Yeah, it was my love of a beautiful cat and my love of like alone time. Mm-hmm. I was like, the idea of staying there sounds fun for a week, but I'm like, surprisingly, I have a lot of introvert in me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I knew I was going to be around these people all the time. And I was, and that's, we you know, made friends and did a lot of socializing and drinking and eating. But I was like really thankful, honestly, to go back to like my own place and just be able to like cook in my kitchen.
Right.
And snuggle with my cat.
I did appreciate, I'm sure you saw your Vanity Fair red carpet interview circulated like wildfire. It was the one where someone asked you, are you ready to party? And you're like,
yeah.
I'm ready. I'm going home with my cat and take a bath. I'm done.
Yeah, I posted that on Instagram. Yeah, that's oh yeah, that was the Vanity Fair party. I forgot even where I was. I was like already napping at that point by the time I was taking the picture. But yeah, I really do. I think people think because I have a lot of energy, and I love people. I really do. But like I recharge by no one and nothing. Yeah, I really do need that time.
So let's talk. Was the energy in full evidence? Young Haley Lu, Phoenix, Arizona, toddler from the start. Was the family like, oh, we've got a wild one, we've got something on our hands? Like, was it fully in evidence as a kid?
What in evidence?
Just that there was a lot of energy that needed to be focused in a certain direction.
Yes. In fact, you know the terrible twos?
Yes.
Apparently, I had the most terrible of twos. And my parents had to like take me to a psychiatrist and stuff because I was screaming, so I would scream so loud I would like give myself strep throat or something. I had a lot of energy and a lot of like yearning for like having my own voice and independence. Right. That was all very extreme from a young age. So yeah, I think they knew. And then soon after that, you know, like is when they started putting me in a lot of extracurriculars. Yeah, soccer, gymnastics, dance, acting, all of it. I did all of it.
And so was it, because I know dance was and is a passion. Did they kind of come at the same time? Did one lead to the other? Did you kind of gravitate in one direction at first, or what?
I'm trying to remember the timeline. I danced when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old in like tap jazz, like little kid classes, combo classes, you know? And then I remember I took a break from dance till I was like 8 or 9. And during that break was when I got into acting. I went through a lot of phases. I went through like a soccer phase and then a gymnastics phase, and then I got into acting. But with the community theater and summer camps and stuff that I did with acting, I must not have been very good at the start because I would always get like the extra equivalent roles in the right. plays. So yeah, maybe I tired out from that, from like not, you know, being good
not getting the validation of like, oh yeah, she's got it, let's put her in the front and the center. They're like, no, let's make her the tree. She's a great tree.
Well, I never played a tree, but right. I played things close to a tree. I played Town Crier #2.
Sure.
In Cinderella. I played, what else did I play? Oh yeah, there was one thing where I literally just played like multiple background one-liner characters. That I can't remember them, but I just would like change. I would just like the whole play, I'd just be in the background changing outfits, and then I'd come on stage and say like one line or like wave or something. But yeah, that wasn't the most fulfilling.
So when did it get fulfilling? When did you get the validation? When did people start to be like, oh wait, she's got something?
Honestly, not till I moved to LA. Like it was kind of premature in the grand scheme of things moving to LA because I didn't really have any sort of validation or success as an actor at all before moving to LA to act. So I don't know why or how I knew to do it, or my parents like had enough faith in me to do it, but we did it. And then after like a year of being in LA, I booked my first like independent film, and where I was the lead, and I was like, wow, this is actually clicking. Like I thought, like I felt deeply like it would, but there was nothing to base that off of, but it just kind of clicked. And
I noticed that like even from the start, you were the lead in a lot of these early films actually, and it was kind of like you had these kind of from the start, you've kind of had this like dual career, right? You've kind of had like the teen kind of like thing going in some ways, but then like this indie route that has followed throughout, these two tracks that sometimes cross over.
Weird. I do have this weird Hannah Montana like dual career going on where I'm like, where I'm like playing a teenager being like, or I'm like doing a, you know, really fulfilling movie. But yeah, that is interesting. I've never heard it put that way. But yeah, that kind of was going from the beginning where I was doing these, like the first, you know, lead in this movie that I did when I was 17 was called The Last Survivors. And it was an amazing role for one of my first roles ever, you know, at 17 with a year in LA. And it was like this post-apocalyptic movie, and I'm like the hero. This 17-year-old girl's like the hero, and that's a lot to learn from as me, and a lot to weight to carry, and like pressure to kind of like see if you can handle it and if you love it. And so that was such a big deal. But then at the same time, I was like a guest star on an ABC family show. Right. But it's cool. Like I feel like I've covered a lot of bases thus far.
Yeah, you were in Christmas Twister, which I haven't seen.
No.
But does that have continuity with the original Twister, or is its own kind of thing?
It's its own thing. It
Okay.
really is. And let me tell you, I've never been able to forget that movie. My friends watch it, have a viewing party every Christmas that they don't invite me to.
They'll send you texts from it, by the way.
Yes, the week of Christmas, I just get like a picture from my friends from back home in Arizona. No. And they're like, remember? And it's me like screaming, Brian, as my boyfriend like is getting sucked into a twister. Yeah, so that was fun.
And then Escape from Polygamy, do they actually, spoiler alert, do they escape from polygamy in the end?
Do they? I forget. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Spoiler. Okay. I'm pretty sure they escape. I'm pretty sure he runs away and then she goes off to find him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today's episode of Happy, Sad, Confused is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. Are you guys like me? Do you feel kind of a buzz when you find a deal? Do you feel smart? Do you feel lucky? What about when you're surprised by a deal? Does it feel like you're getting a treat for free? Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes, it's a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Okay, how does it work? Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds, Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you'll find the prices drop. I know from experience, guys, I've just gone through this. Valentine's Day, my niece's birthday, I had to get gadgets and clothing and gifts, and Honey was there for me. And Honey doesn't just work on desktops, it works on your iPhone too. You just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out, guys. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting Happy, Sad, Confused. So get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/HSC. That's joinhoney.com/HSC.
Okay, so you say like from the start, you kind of have this amazing opportunity, and then like, has it felt like a steady ascent in terms of the percentage of roles that you find fulfilling and satisfying? Has it been kind of like, if I catch you at a certain year, are you like, what am I doing this for? It's not going anywhere. I'm in a rut. Or does it feel like it's been kind of like the steady incremental journey to the top where we find you today?
To the top?
You did it. You peaked, is what I'm saying. No.
Oh, please tell me this. Please. Oh, golly.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, do you feel like there's a path like that you have control over, or do you feel like it's all out of like your hands and you're just sort of like riding the wave the last 5-10 years?
I feel like I like that middle spot of the balance, which is like life, where you don't have control over what happens, but you have control for the decisions you make and trusting your instincts and the people you keep around you and, what you make of situations. So, you kind of got to be like water, but also be intentional. So sure. That's where I'm trying to be now. I do feel like so far it has been like, I do kind of see my last almost 12 years now since being in LA as like a very, very subtle and steady like staircase. I feel like I'm like, stepping up like one stair at a time. And I'm really glad for that. There's been times where I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this taking so long? Why is this not, why can't I be an overnight success? But really, if I really go to the core and be honest about it and myself and what I've learned and stuff, I am glad for it, because I feel like it's given me a lot of room to make mistakes and see what I want and don't want. And like, there's movies that I did early on that I hope nobody ever sees my performance in them. But it's like, if I were to do a character like that now, I'm so glad I made that mistake back then. And I've had, you know what I mean? So well,
and you can see look, I mean, especially in the last 6-7 years of the filmmakers that you kind of made these partnerships with, Kogonada, twice working right in Columbus, and after Yang, working, on Support the Girls. I mean, these have to be like very rewarding. I mean, Shyamalan, getting to be creeped out by McAvoy for probably a couple weeks has to be amazing just to witness what he was doing. These are all
in that movie.
Oh my God. I remember there was a little awards talk for him then, and it should have really.
It really should have, because that could have gone really wrong if
he was out on a whim. Yeah.
Great. You know what I mean? And he freaking was amazing. Like he's so, and like in the moment there was a scene where he was Hedwig, I think the little boy's name was, and he was like, I say a hot dog. And Jessica Sula and I were like holding on to each other, and we were like off camera, and it was just on him, and it was like him, and we were just there, that's how movies are made. I don't know if you know, that's how all these different setups, but we were off camera and we were just being there for eyeline and stuff. And after this one take, it was so unsettling. And Jess and I just looked at each other, and we were both like, tears were streaming down our face because it was so like just unsettling. And yeah, but he was great. Anyways, I what were you even saying?
Well, I was getting that's great, but I also wanted to mention, and am I pronouncing the director's name Kogonada?
Kogonada.
Okay. So I know that from what I've read, this is a collaborator that you really value, that clearly has found different shades of you and really is a unique filmmaker. I remember I spoke to Colin about After Yang, and he was in love with working with him as well. What about that has felt unique in terms of like the kind of partnerships you want to have going forward with filmmakers?
Gosh, I wish everyone was a Kogonada, but that's the beauty of Kogonada, is that he's like truly one of a kind. And I just I don't know how I got so lucky with that. Like some things in my life, when people say like, oh, she's so lucky, I'm like, no, I freaking worked hard for that. But it's like with Kogonada, I just feel like deeply so lucky that I came into his life, and vice versa. Like, it's just one of those things where like the first time I ever met him to talk about Columbus, because he wanted me to be in Columbus at that point in my life and career, like, with Christmas Twister under my belt. Right. I don't know why he knew of me and trusted me before even knowing me to be this character in this movie, his first movie. And but we met, and like I had never felt like seen as a person and a creative person, an actor, an artist. Like honestly, the artist, I can't say it without doing this, but like that's the first time meeting him that I had ever felt like seen and trusted and like truly respected in a really deep way by a person that I could make something with. And it was like, I just feel so lucky that that happened. Like, I don't know how or why, but I just love him and trust him fully. And I also think that he trusts me, which is a really rare thing to like feel deeply, that mutual trust when you're making something with someone. So yeah, that's a really, really special relationship in my life and career. And I'm thinking and hoping it's going to be there for a while. Yeah.
I'm still in love with that opening sequence and After Yang, the credit sequence and the dance sequence. It's for those that haven't checked it out. Check it out.
Check it out. Sometimes I literally like will just YouTube it and watch it. Just that title sequence, because it's so amazing.
Can I get your perspective as a dancer and an actor? What's on your Mount Rushmore of dancing in film? Are you a center stage lady? Are you a Singing in the Rain classic gal? Are you Black Swan? Are you Step Up? What's your dance film?
I love all of those.
Okay.
I love all of those. I love like any time there's dance in storytelling. If it's like just like broad and like fun, like Step Up, or I just love it. I do think there's a lot more room for more and different genres and ways of like expressing story and emotion through dance. So I'm excited to do those things. But
do you have a dream dance acting collaborator? Or you like the Channing Tatums of the world, the people that like who do you want to share the screen as an actor dance partner with?
Well, a lot of people. I have a lot of dreams, let me tell you.
This is the part of the therapy session where we get into your dream work.
I'm filled with dreams. Well, honestly, like in the near future, there's this. Wait, no, I actually don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it.
Oh, you manifested Joe Bros. You've done it many times. This time, the hard line. Okay.
I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But there's this project that's like in the works with a guy and a girl, and it's dancing, and I'm throwing myself out at it. Let me tell you.
Is it a musical?
No, I don't think there would be, or yeah, there would maybe be singing. Well, actually, I don't know if there's singing. That might be a problem.
Oh, no.
So, tell you, I will do anything. I'm reconnecting to my desperate roots.
Okay.
I'm throwing myself at it.
What is the state? I don't want to belabor the Jonas Brothers thing. I know you've talked about it to death. And
belabor the Jonas Brothers thing, please do.
If you're happy to. I mean, for those that don't know, Haley's something of a fan, and the great James Corden kind of made dreams come true by connecting her, and then she's in the video, and now you're all just hanging out every weekend in Malibu. Like, what's the state of the Jonas Brothers relationship with Haley Lu today?
I do wish we were hanging out all the time. I do think they're maybe a little bit scared of me, just because when I did meet them in Vegas, when they invited me to their concert, and then we shot the music video in Vegas, my like 12-year-old self fully took over, which I think was needed, because I needed to express, like, that was something that like I'd been harboring for so long, and it was such a true part of me, this like intense obsession and love and like fanatic energy. Is that a word? Fanatic?
Yeah. Was
that right? Did I use it right?
Let's go with it. I was an English major. I'm going to say, yeah.
Okay, cool. Fanatical energy that I had towards them when I was younger. So it was like, that all had to come out. Like, I think it needed to be expressed. Right. If I ever do actually breach the line of friendship with them. So now maybe I'd be able to act like a little bit more, grounded.
Do you text them directly now? Is there a thread with one or multiple Jonas Brothers?
I have Joe's phone number. Nick, I'm sure, will never give me his phone number, because I like freaked out way too much with that guy, let me tell you. But you know what? I do have his wife's number.
Priyanka.
And we took this picture together after the concert at this little like friends and family gathering that I was very overwhelmed to be invited to. We took a picture, and I was like, can you send that to me? And then I like felt like I was being weird. So I was like, you can just airdrop it. Like, you don't, I don't need your number or anything. And she was like, don't be silly.
Aww.
Yes, she has my number. Joe has my number. Does Kevin have my number? No, I have Kevin's assistant's number. But I've totally given up. I don't think I'll ever get Nick's number.
Look, okay. So admittedly, I'm a little bit out of the demo. I'm a little older, maybe not the target audience for the Joe Brothers, but I get it to a degree. But talk to me like I don't get it. Give me in 30 seconds, sell me on what makes the Jonas Brothers amazing.
God. The hair, the talent, the morals, the nostalgia, how they've totally broken through the regathering, the love, the fandom connection, their family qualities. Did I already say values? You just feel for them. You just root for them. You want to marry them. You want everything. You dream about them. I don't know.
Do you want me to leave and you can finish up for the next 10 minutes just talking to yourself?
Yeah, honestly, that'd be nice.
Sorry, I'm in the way. Yeah, I don't want to.
But yeah, weird. Yeah, it's just like this. It's this pure love.
It's a sweet thing when it's pure, and it's not just about the music or them being cute or whatever. Maybe that was part of it at the time, but it's the whole It's the narrative. It's the whole thing.
And
I
let me
like it.
tell you, like these kind of the values that they have, they're just good people. And like I never knew if that was really true, but like they are good people. They were so kind and generous to me and my friends. And I met their parents, and they're the sweetest, most supportive, grounding human beings. I want to be adopted by them. You know,
what a twist that would be if they just took you up on that.
Yeah, honestly, he did. Kevin Sr. did say that I was an honorary part of the family. He told me that, and I'll never forget it.
Wow.
So,
switching gears was not to. I don't know if this is a sore point or not, but it's always a badge of honor to be up for a big fun role. Batgirl, you were up for Batgirl. We know that.
Yeah.
Was that your first superhero audition? Every young actor has to do it. How many have you done?
No, I've done quite a few. And they're just so much. I mean,
have you ever had to get into the costume? Like, have you ever had to do that?
I've never gotten to do that. I did do like a big screen test for a Marvel character, and there was like real cameras there, and they like did our hair and makeup and stuff. But they just like directed us in what kind of street clothes to wear, like what colors and stuff. We didn't actually get in a superhero costume, but yeah, it's just so overwhelming because you're just like committing to something and you haven't even seen a script.
Right. Well, people don't know, like you sign literally like, yeah, I'm in for the next 5 movies if you so choose to take me.
Yeah. And now it's not even just 5 movies. It's like 7 years of like literally whatever they want you for, right. Which, you know, there's something that's so exciting about that. If you meet like, because, you know, hopefully you get to meet the, you know, director and the producers that would be making it. And you like you look up and read all the comics on the character or on the, you know, character. But so there's something that's like really exciting if you feel like all the other things like align, and it's something that you could just like trust and throw yourself into. But it is a lot.
What was Batgirl the one that you felt like most excited about at the time? Like, did you connect with something about that character?
Yeah. And yeah, J.K. Simmons being my dad would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Batgirl, like, I mean, it was pretty iconic, but yeah, I was very excited, but you know.
There'll be others. I think they're going to make 1 or 2 more superhero movies. So
I think they might make a couple more. Yeah, they seem to do pretty well.
All right, let's end with the happy, sad, confused, profoundly random questionnaire. Some random questions for you. I think I know some of the answers already, but dogs or cats, Haley Lu? Cats.
Cats. Yeah.
Okay. What do you collect?
Clothes.
Have any? Give me more.
Clothes, mushrooms, what's the word? Mushroom statues. I just have like a lot of mushroom shaped things around my house.
Oh, interesting.
And also mushrooms in my fridge and other kinds of mushrooms around the house.
Okay. What's the wallpaper on your phone?
Darbin, my cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite adult beverage?
You know what? Back to the Jonas Brothers. I've been into lately Joe's Sangria, his sparkling canned sangria. It's pretty delectable. Is that a word?
Delectable? Yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
Delectable? Is it a word to describe sparkling sangria? Or
look, you're talking about the Jonas Brothers here. You're barely keeping it together. I allow it. Would you rather have dinner with Daniel Day-Lewis or Vin Diesel?
Oh, wow. Both at the same time.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'll take it. Do you do a Christopher Walken impression?
No, I wouldn't dare. I'm really bad with impressions.
What's the most annoying thing about you, according to friends, a partner, a loved one? Is there a common theme?
Oh man, this is a sore spot because I actually have a lot of worries that I'm just constantly annoying everyone around me. But probably like, you know, every strength overplayed is a weakness. So I'm a very sensitive person, but sometimes I can take things really personally, be too sensitive.
Right.
And I'm sure that's been annoying once or twice to the people in my life.
You're an actor. It goes with the territory. You put yourself out there.
Every strength overplayed is a weakness.
There
I just gotta, keep it in check, but also remember that it's just a quality that is part of me.
What's the worst note a director has ever given you?
Ugh, don't get me started. The worst, I don't know if this is the worst, but once I was playing a very bitter character, like a very, very pained, bitter character, and a director came up to me and was just like, could you just smile once in this scene? And I was like, no. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. In honor of Happy, Sad, Confused, the name of the podcast, an actor that makes you happy, Haley?
An actor that makes me happy, Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, good
yeah,
answer.
Not in his roles sometimes, but just as a human being, he seems to.
And a great social media presence. I don't know if he's doing it himself or what, but my gosh.
Yeah, his Instagram is wonderful.
What's a movie that makes you sad?
Inside Out.
Yeah.
But sad in a good way,
Yeah.
It connects me to my sadness, which is important.
What's a food that makes you confused?
Caviar.
Oh, just the discrepancy between, look, this is so costly and hoity-toity, and yet it's gross and just you're not into it?
Actually, no, I like the taste of caviar.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remember that it's fish eggs.
The little babies, you don't want to. Why are we doing this to them?
Yeah, and it reminds me of that scene in Finding Nemo. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Should we finish with a quick Jonas Brothers quiz?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, no. What if I do bad? Okay.
Here we go.
Right. Okay.
Finish the Jonas Brothers lyric. Prove that you're the true fan you claim to be, Haley Lu Richardson.
Oh, no. Okay, let's see. Let's do it.
Focus up. One day when I came home at lunchtime,
I heard a funny noise, went out to the backyard to find out if it was one of those ratty boys stood there with the neighbor or something. Actually never knew that one part that came after that. I was screaming loud at the concert.
You're doing well. I'm slipping into the lava.
I'm trying to keep from going under. Baby, okay. Turn the temperature hotter.
When you look me in the eyes.
Tell me that you love me.
Okay. You are the one. The sun, the light of day.
You are the wings I need to fly away. When you give me love, I'm the star of that music video, you guys.
I've heard. Oh. I woke up on my roof with my brothers.
I woke up. Wait. I know this song, but I'm trying to think of the. Do you have any other lyrics right before that? Because
I have the name of the song. Would that help?
Yeah, what's the name of the song?
That's just the way we roll.
It's just I woke up on the roof with my brothers. There's a whale in the pool with my mother. Who I met their mother. Again, not to toot my own horn, but I did.
All right, last one for you. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars.
Been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. And you in the dark. Wait, can't get enough. You're the medicine in my brain, the tattoo inside my. Wait, you're the medicine in the pain, the tattoo inside my brain, and baby, you know it's obvious. I tried my best with that one.
All right, I'm gonna leave the Zoom. Haley Lou's gonna keep doing this for a while. If you guys want to keep watching,
Jonas Brothers karaoke, and okay,
I love it.
That was it. Any other questions about like their life, fun facts about them?
Look, leave the audience and Haley Lu wanting more. We'll save it for our next session. I promise. There's more where that came from.
Cool.
This has been a pleasure.
All Jonas Brothers.
I'm in, and I'm sure you are. Yeah. Congratulations on the White Lotus, on Christmas Twister, on everything you've done.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, obviously, you guys have all watched White Lotus, but watch it again and appreciate the greatness that is Mike White's creation and Haley Lu's performance. It's been a real pleasure.
Yes. Watch the Wings music video.
Her true greatest work.
Yeah, my greatest.
It's been a real pleasure getting to know you today. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. That was really fun.
Thank you.
Again, that sounded kind of sarcastic, but I was being honest.
That was fun.
That was so fun. Thanks. Wow. You're
I'll
a guy.
I'll see you around, Haley Lou, HLR. Well, I don't know.
HL. Actually, on The Last Survivors, on that one of the first movies, the director coined HL, my nickname.
Okay.
It stuck. A lot of people call me that.
See you around, HL.
See you around. JH doesn't have the same.
No.